Hey everybody, and welcome to class 9. Today we're going to talk about something very important, which is liquidity. So let's get to it. Now, understanding liquidity, you have to understand that market order flow helps move the markets because that's the buying and selling of a currency. So it's going to move up and down because of that. Understanding market order flow helps gauge collective actions of traders so that you can be able to make a play inside of the markets and be able to have gains from that. Now, if you don't understand supply and demand from previous videos of the support and resistance, please go back and watch that, because this is also going to go hand in hand with supply and demand, because supply and demand is what also moves the markets. Now, there's two main types of liquidity that we're going to talk about here today, and that's buy side liquidity and sell side liquidity. So let's go ahead and start with buy side. Now, buy side refers to the availability of buyers in the market. Now, when there's an ample amount of buy side liquidity, that indicates strong demand for a particular current price. So if something is in strong demand, that means everyone's buying it. If everyone's buying it, the price typically goes up. So that's like another way that you can think about it. Buy side liquidity means you buy into it. All right. Now let's talk about sell side liquidity. Sell side liquidity refers to the availability of sellers in the market. When there's ample sell side liquidity, it indicates strong supply of a particular currency price. Now, whenever there's a lot of something out there in the market, what happens? It devalues. When something's devaluing, price is going down. All right, so really straightforward, really easy on those two, but we will show you some chart examples as well. Now, the impact of price movement. Now, when there's high buy side liquidity, it usually leads to upward movement, just like we talked about before, because at that point, demand outweighs supply. Okay. Now, when there's high sell side liquidity, usually there's downward movement in price because supply is outweighing demand. All right. Once again, it's very easy to think about it. If you just think sell, how do you set? What is selling doing? Goes down. To get to sell side liquidity, you have to go down in price to get to sell side liquidity. All right. Same thing when buying. You have to go up to get to buy side liquidity. Now, imbalance. Now, imbalances between buy side and sell side liquidity can result in opportunity for price swings and also opportunity of fair value gaps. Okay, that's another word for imbalance. Okay. Now, when it comes down to these different things, balancing out buy side and sell side liquidity is a very important factor, because whenever you're looking at the charts, the markets just don't always go straight up. Okay. It's going to go up, it'll come back down, come back up, retrace a little bit, go up, go sideways for a little bit, go down, go up. It'll do these type of things because there's buys and sells throughout the market, and there's also supply and demand, and not everything is always in just constant demand. There's always going to be some point of supply where price is just going to retrace back down, or some type of big player in the market is taking profits and market comes back down that way as well too. Okay, so make sure you're considering both buy side and sell side liquidity whenever you're looking at the charts. But let me actually show you a couple examples on how to actually identify those on the market and how the market reacts. Alright everyone, so we're just going to go through the charts here and pretty much just mark off and talk about liquidity as price is moving through. I mark off and show liquidity in multiple different ways, and I'm going to go over them here with you now. Now, as we can go ahead and start with looking at the charts right here, we do see that it's already kind of consolidating right here after moving down. But looking here to mark off sell side liquidity, it's pretty much the lowest point in that area, because that lowest point is where price was rejected and all the buys, the majority of those strong buys are put in there to keep price up. So for example, right here, this would end up being sell side liquidity right there. All right, because when the institution pushed price up, this is what their order looked like. So their stop loss is resting right here, and their order is pushing it up, and anything above here has them in profits. Okay, so when it comes down to it, this is their target for whenever the price is coming down to actually make it hit stops. Now let's go ahead and move this out the way here, because we have our sell side liquidity, and this is really talking about external liquidity, because this is showing you the greater outside move of everything, because within this we have trading as well, but we also have other areas of liquidity. Let's talk about that, because now inside of this area we have this acting as a strong level of support, and as price is coming down to this area, they're pushing it back up. So all those stop losses for all these buys are all within this area right here, which I like to call a liquidity pocket. Okay, So when I have these liquidity pockets here, I'm marking them off, knowing that it's a target at some point for a breakout to either side, because up here we also have a similar effect going on where this is acting as resistance, and now we also have liquidity resting up here as well too. And now you can see that, hey, we got into this box right here, this little area of consolidation. Then we finally broke out on an area of liquidity, which was, this was an internal sell side right here. So we'll go ahead and mark this off. And this is an internal buy side. All right. So buy side and sell side liquidities are also similar to like support and resistance as well. It's like another, you know, if you want to think about it that way. Price can bounce off of those liquidity levels, and then when it does break it, it can actually end up using it as like a flip of reverse or support. So just like this, how it broke right here, this can end up using the same area as an area to reverse back down and keep going. Because remember, this was once again an area that they were using to go ahead and put in orders, and now they're going to use it later on in their algorithm to what they were putting in buys here. Now later on they're going to use it for sells here. You know, that's a potential thing to happen. So let's go ahead and move price along and talk about liquidity as it moves along further. So yeah, as we saw, price ended up rejecting down from here, so it'll give you great selling opportunity. And we'll go ahead and move price along even further. Now we also have another area of a little bit of sell side and sell side liquidity as well too. Okay, we have some right here, because as you can see, price came back down and they put in another order, a strong set of orders right here, and another strong set right here as well too. Now a cool interesting thing about this is that as you can see these levels of sell side liquidity getting broken, you see reactions. Okay, because when they take those stop losses, you'll end up seeing that liquidity have some type of reaction, and it'll end up pushing in the opposite direction. It'll end up doing something with it, or it can end up continuing in the other direction. But it's very typical of sell side liquidity to get tipped like this, push back up for a little bit, like retrace, and then come back down and break through it. It's a very common move with sell side liquidities. Alright, so you can see that little reaction right there. We're having a similar reaction right here. So let's go ahead and see if price will go ahead and break through and see what happens, or if it's going to hold. Alright, a little bit of a head and shoulder action there. So we end up getting another retest right here off of this level. Now this is once again building in more liquidity, like it's building up more liquidity within this area right here. Oh, come on. Once again, building up more liquidity, because what do? They bought right here and they put their stop losses down here. Okay, so even stronger of an area. Now they're coming up here. We're now at an area of buy side liquidity right here. So let's go ahead and see how market reacts to this buy side liquidity. And this is also internal liquidity, because as you can see, there's an order block right here that pushed price down. So another thing you can kind of think about as well is that with these buy side and sell side liquidities, a very common thing that's found with them are order blocks, because those order blocks are areas of pivots. So I hope you guys are starting to see how a lot of these things all really come back together. They're really giving you different perspectives on how to understand what's happening in the market, but ultimately it's all the same, you know what I mean, as far as like what's going on. But like I said, this is an area of buy side liquidity right here, so let's go ahead and get that labeled off real quick. And now that liquidity was tipped right here from where some of those stops are resting. Let's see what happens from here. So just like I said before, when we had the break, the break below and the push back above, and then break right through, same thing happened. Tipped it, came back, retraced, and then broke right back above. And the crazy interesting thing as well too is that this is actually a breaker entry that we talk about inside of the class as well too. So I'm going to mark it from right here. So that's another that's a breaker entry that you could have taken right here off of this trade. Something along those lines, going up to like that buy side, sell side. Now also one thing I do want to mention is that you can use sell side and buy sides as liquidity, because when the market tips one side of liquidity, it needs more gas, you know. It needs to go after some type of liquidity to be able to keep momentum going inside of the market. It just can't sit at the same price level all the time, you know. So demand and supply are always going to fluctuate. So you can use these as targets for your take profits as well too. But my advice is to actually have your take profits a little bit below or a little bit before those liquidity levels, because price can react before that area, because these areas aren't just a singular price, they're zones. So you really have to understand that. So if you're going to use it as a take profit, make sure that you're setting your take profit before it gets into that zone. That's a very, very important thing, or else your take profit can literally get missed and you're like so upset. All right. Now, another thing that I do want to talk about in the market is runs on liquidity. Okay. You'll hear that term a lot, and really this is what it looks like in the markets. When you have normal market trading, but then like a crazy wick out into a random area, and then it retraces back up. If you're paying attention to my charting levels video, this is why I mark these off, is because I really follow the law of gravity in these instances. Because right now price is falling, and right now it needs something stronger than all those sells to push it right back up. So that means that it found an area of liquidity in the market where buyers were activated to go ahead and push price right back up. So I go ahead and mark these off. And it's really interesting because as well too, you can see here we had another run on liquidity to that same area, and then as we have price here have a massive drop on this 4-hour candle, we had another reaction right here again. All right, so these purple levels are how I mark off these area of runs on liquidity that you'll hear about in the market as well too. So even this one right here, I will go ahead and mark this off as well, and then we can see even with this mark right here, we come across, it acted as a great support right there for a buy entry. Right there, boom. Took that all the way up. We bring it back down to here. A great area to know that, once again, they are putting in orders at this area, but this time they're putting in the orders for sells, okay? Please remember, these levels that you mark off in the charts and that I'm showing you how to mark off, they do repeat themselves for use later on in the algorithm. It's just a matter of what they're going to use it for. So please pay attention to other signs in the market that can give you indications on if that liquidity is going to push market down, or if it's going to give market, or if it's going to push market further up. So that's why marking off those levels and seeing with your liquidity zones as well too is extraordinarily important. So let's go over just a little bit more and see what we can find out what happens inside the market here. Let's see if we get another run on buy side liquidity up here, aka supply. And let's see. All right. Now I do want to talk about another factor with internal liquidity. Now what you'll also see, if you don't understand fair value gaps, make sure you go back and rewatching fair value gaps, because you need to understand fair value gaps to understand this. If you're seeing that, say like all this area was cleaned up and there's no fair value gaps here, which there really aren't, and then price ends up retracing back down into that area and pushing back up, that's now creating a new internal sell side liquidity, okay? Because you don't want to mark off these levels here or here or here as your sell side liquidity if we have something like this happening, because price came back down, and out of all these levels, this area right here was the strongest one to hold. So this also comes back down again. We had a breaker entry here. We have actually another breaker entry right here again. So let me go ahead and mark this off too, when those buy side liquidities get taken out. So we have multiple opportunities. One here, take it all the way back up. Another one right here, take it all the way back up. Really straightforward. So now that we have this right here, we do have this sell side liquidity right here. Go ahead and mark that as well. Excuse me. Now let's go ahead and see price. Go ahead. Oh, wrong button. All right. So now we're just consistently getting a bunch of breaker entries literally here. This is hilarious. Another one here. Got another one right here. And then let's see if another one happens right there. Well, we're at a serious level of rejection, so probably not. Alright, so right here we are at a daily level, but we do have buy side liquidity up here. So see if market wants to go ahead and target towards that. And we also have buy side right here that was fully taken out. Alright, see how it was taken out right there? Literally got tipped again, retraced, and then crashed right through. And so this is also before I was telling you guys about, one, this is an excellent trending market to be in. As you saw, we have so many breaker setups, but this is also showing you the battle of supply and demand. You know, nothing can just consistently just go straight up. There's always is going up, going back down, going up, retrace, up, retrace, up, retrace. So it's making that lower, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. You see what I'm saying? Like it's making that trend that we want to see. And I hope that this is helping you guys understand more of how liquidity works inside of the market, especially when it pertains to buy side and sell side liquidity, and also internal and external liquidity as well too. So just remember that, you know, sometimes using internal liquidity as targets to get into your overall moves can help out. Like say if you're seeing that there is, you know, say like you see, say like you're looking for a buy in the market. Okay, you're just bullish that day, but you see that market is trending downwards towards the sell side liquidity. These can help you out with saying, hey, this is the area that I want to buy in. Okay, so just keep those things in mind. When it comes down to it, I'll make more videos as well, going, you know, explaining different ways about liquidity as well, so that you guys can just overall understand it. But until then, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.